Passionate about music.
You know you love surprises, Debbie, on the show, don't you?
I've made a sign.
You're petrified, yeah.
I'm absolutely petrified.
Well, in the pantheon of surprises that we've had on the show, this, I would say, is the greatest. Are you ready?
Right, last time you did something like this, I'm very scared, my stomach actually hurts.
Would you please welcome to Gaydar one of the greatest music artists this country has ever produced?
Shut up. No way.
Welcome to Gaydar, and hello, George Michael.
No, is this George Michael?
This is George Michael.
Oh,
yes.
my good God.
Good morning, Debbie. Good morning, Debbie.
I don't think you realise how much that I love you, George. You saved my life in no uncertain terms. Listen Without Prejudice saved my little life. This is
How did it do that?
Because I was in a very strange place in my head and in my life, and my eldest brother bought me that album, and I've heard every song on it about 400 times, and it literally saved me. It's amazing. I can't believe we've got you on it. You realise as well, because we love animals, you've just made our day with your new video as well. We saw a zebra in it.
Zebra, yes. Isn't a zebra pretty? She's lovely.
She's beautiful. That video, gosh, that's come from the heart. That has. Amazing.
Well, yeah, I'd like to think so, yes.
When you filmed that, did you... What were you trying to get across when you filmed it with... Because you've got the doves in it, you've got the crows in it, which is very 6 feet under.
Flip of the coin.
Yeah.
It's all basically all about it's all about darkness and light, really. It's about expressing. It's vaguely really referring to the terrible losses we've had in the music industry in the last couple of years of Michael and Amy and Whitney, of course, and referring to their passing, but then I suppose just trying to express how glad I am that I'm not up there with them, and how close I came to it, and just how amazing it is that I'm still around, let alone, it being the 30th anniversary of my first single, Wham Rap. There's all these kind of things to celebrate, and I wanted to make a video that did address the fact that I'd been in such danger, but also just celebrated. I just think it's a universal celebration of life, really.
When we saw the press conference you gave, it was just before Christmas, we all watched it, and we were just... I don't think anybody realised, especially your fans, how serious this was. Since you've come back from pneumonia, what's the biggest change that's happened in your life?
Biggest change that's happened, I would say, obviously it changes your perspective. I'll give you an example. I have a tracheostomy scar. You know, tracheostomy is when they basically make a big hole in your neck.
Oh, George, please! Oh, George!
Shove something down it and then keep you breathing. Well, I've got a scar, a rather nasty scar on my neck, that I was going to try and have dealt with. You can deal with scars now. And I was looking in the mirror a couple of weeks ago, and I realised I was not going to do anything about it. I was going to leave it there, because every time I see it, I'm reminded how lucky I am to be here.
Oh, my goodness.
And I totally honestly never thought I would work this hard again in my life, but I've been working very, very hard recently to try and make a new album, and the album is full of celebration, really. It's a very, very mostly dance album, and I suppose the thing that's changed is my perspective, and it's like starting again almost.
We interviewed George. We interviewed Jonathan Ross last year, and he said he'd heard some of the tracks from the album, was absolutely raving about them to us. We can't wait to hear the album.
Oh, really? He heard just some demos I played him. And now they're gradually one by one being finished. And I'm so excited. I think especially my gay fans are going to love this album.
When's it released? Do you know? Have you got any idea when it's going to come out?
I think it's going to be. October.
Right.
I think it's October. Yeah.
Now, you said about this album that you're giving something back to the gay community. Can you explain? Are you going to come clubbing with us? What does this mean, George? Because I have got the day ready.
I do come out clubbing sometimes, occasionally. Not very much recently because I've been working so hard. But no, definitely made my way onto London dance floors a couple of times in the last year, and I'm sure I'll do plenty more of it.
Listen, I know we haven't got much time, but Phil Marriott is going to do a full interview with you, which people will be able to hear early next week, for a special George Michael Day on Gaydar. And you're back with the Symphonia tour as well in September, aren't you?
Yeah, Symphonica, get it right.
Yeah, Neil, put your hand out.
Yeah, I'm back with that tour because obviously I still have to make up for the dates that I missed when I was taken ill. So I'm back to do those shows. There'll be some new songs in there as well, I think. And then I guess hopefully the next year we'll see a lot more videos and hopefully some successful records. But one of the things that I meant to say also is that from a gay perspective, there are several tracks on the album which are really meant for gay communities, as opposed to being quite as universal as I normally am. Not that I don't think the album will alienate anybody, but it's talking in very direct reference to my community, you know.
No, Woman Daily, you know that all your straight women fans want to sleep with you anyway, George. This has been a well-known fact since day dot.
Isn't that an odd thing?
Honestly, everybody loves you. I was just saying to a friend of mine, we saw the 25 Live concert, and it was astonishing. Just you with the background, that incredible sort of screen behind you, the singers in the back. Your voice was just out of this world, and we're all going to see you on the next tour as well. You sound...
I hope so.
You are in such a happy place at the moment, George, aren't you? You sound like you sound like a changed man.
I suppose I am, really. Probably about time, but I suppose I am. Yeah, and I think that I think there's a whole lot of music to show and new energy that's coming your way very soon.
Well, listen, George, it's fantastic to have you back. Thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us this morning. Really appreciate it.
I'm sorry. I hope your stomach is less upset now, Debbie.
Oh, did you hear about this? You are my favourite artist of all time.
Ah, bless you.
Passionate about music.